New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something.
Heads up, and down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Malik Collins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Max Crosby providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Carr now on first down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
To number 42.
3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are pouring it on. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 20.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Newton. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up
on 3rd down, a run from White. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. A play fake to Michelle. Now Newton. Buying time to his left.
Number 1.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Arden Key brought him down.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8.
Mike's 4-2. 20. You must be dreaming.
Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 more there and another first down.
That's another Patriots first down.
Play action. It's Newton. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. 20. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. N'Keal Harry, 45 yards. And the Patriots able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Raiders 42, Patriots 7.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Jalen Richard now on the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr as his guys continue to pour it on. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have.
They got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39.
That's good.
A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
A gain of 2.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
37-yard line.
Great.
Here's Newton. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
20.
They snap it to Newton. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. The final shot here before half for Carr. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. On the return, it's Taylor. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a...
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. It's David Arnett picking it off. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
At the 6-yard line.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. To throw, it's Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
To Darren Waller. Touchdown.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Raiders 56, Patriots 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
At the 21-yard line.
Now a play fake. Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Well, CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs. But Baltimore, Kansas City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few, they look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot of ways, those are the teams that we expected to be 2-0 at this part of the season. I mean, it's no major surprise. But how about Arizona being 2-0 as well? People talked about them getting better in the offseason. I don't know how many of us thought they'd beat San Francisco in the opener. They did. Then they jumped on Washington this week, and they are 2-0 as well.
Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we know the not good news about teams that start 0-2. The Giants and the Jets both there, Detroit, Cincinnati. So, again, maybe some more predictable names.
Certainly, they are predictable. Again, not a surprise for most of them, although many thought Detroit would be improved at this point. But how about a team that's 0-2 that went through a little bit of a difficult offseason like the rest of us, but even more so because of players being gone? How about Houston being 0-2 right now? They won the division last year. I think that's a little bit unexpected right now, even though they had a tough opening schedule with Kansas City and Baltimore.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Slant route, caught by Edelman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
That's another Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, let's go back to the start of the season talk, Charles. We talked about some 2-0 and 0-2 teams. You mentioned Arizona, maybe a good surprise. Houston, a bad surprise. Any other teams a surprise at this point to you?
Well, I think that I would look at the Los Angeles Rams right out of the gate. At home against Dallas, opening their new stadium. Many thought Dallas would go out west and beat them. That didn't happen. And then how about the Rams going on the road this week and beating Philadelphia, and decisively? This looks like a Rams team that finished 9-7 last year. It has designs on challenging for the division title. And one other team I would throw in there is a little bit of a surprise, just by how it's gone down. How about Atlanta? I know it's tough against Seattle, tough against Dallas. Seattle was at home, but they got jumped on by Seattle. And then the Dallas game, they just gave away. That's a team that should be at worst 1-1 right now. Now looking at 0-2 and have a lot of questions.
Again, it's Michel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he loses the football a second time. And the Raiders pick it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Las Vegas.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, Charles, glancing back to week 2 of the NFL, certainly there were a lot of great games. Unfortunately, though, it was a tough day for injuries across the league, and the team probably hit the hardest, the 49ers, losing Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas for the season. They also had Jimmy Garoppolo, Raheem Mostert also leaving that game, but they were certainly not the only team affected.
And remember, they were already missing George Kittle, Deebo Samuel. Right, those guys didn't even play in that ball game. So this is a team. Richard Sherman, of course, is on IR. They've really struggled in the early going. How about the Giants? Losing the face of their team in Saquon Barkley. Looks like an ACL gone for the season. And Cortland Sutton also done for the season with an ACL with the Denver Broncos. Tough sledding right now. Remember, Drew Lock, the quarterback, also hurt his shoulder in the last ball game.
And then Christian McCaffrey, they're saying likely at least a month for him of being out with that high ankle sprain. I guess maybe, CD, this is a good year to have just that 3-week IR rather than the longer spell.
It certainly is, and when you can have guys who can return faster for you, and you know that really helps the team out in a big way. Unfortunately for the Colts.
As a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. 61-yard touchdown pass. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. On second down, Michel. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
At the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
42, Mike 42. Here we go. Mike 42.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's out to his running back, Michel. And, oh, my goodness, he loses it again. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Newton on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
He was looking for his tight end, Devin Asiasi there.
And now it's second down.
I got one. Sponge. Eight. He's checking. Crash.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
20.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Flushed out right. The pass complete. It's Bird. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damiere Byrd, 28 yards. And the Pats able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Now Folk for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
56.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Go, Mike 51. Mike Express.
Carr now on first down. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
First down, Raiders.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Ball carrier. He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Rolling to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Bryan Edwards, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll run it with Jacobs, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. They were able to stop him at the line on first down, but this time he punches his way through. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty. Got a hand in there to break that one up. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr completes it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Here's Jacobs. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone. And in this one, he's sort of... Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now Newton on first down. That's caught at the 25. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Folk connects on the extra point. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here. But let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A Raider first down, 17 yards.
And a Raider first down.
He'll buy some time right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass.